Hey everybody, hunter, fisher, trapper, trader, guide, scout, and interpreter, and country cook Steve Hall here in Nashville, Tennessee with my little vidcam gal behind the camera there, Miss Sheila. I got to tell you, one of the most popular recipes on Cooking with Shotgun Red, our channel, is our pickled fish. And I think for a couple of reasons. One, a lot of people have never tried pickled fish, and if you're watching this video, it's probably the first time you've heard of it as well, but you got to go check out the recipe. And second of all, once you do try it, everybody loves it. They send the link to all their friends. It's got tens of thousands of views, so we're really tickled about it. But I got to do a twist on this recipe, and I'll tell you why. Sheila and I had a houseboat out here at Elm Hill Marina in Nashville. And I went around with jars of pickled fish and onions and shared it with all the people on the dock, and they just went crazy over it. They thought it was super good, and it's sweet and got a lot of great flavors and stuff in there. But there was one little gal had a houseboat there, Dana I think her name was, and she says, I just don't eat fish. I'll try the onions, but I won't eat the fish. I like shellfish, you know, like lobster and crab and shrimp. And when she said shrimp, a little light went on, and I thought, what if I tried that recipe with shrimp? So I made her a batch, and I'm telling you what, I almost like it better than fish. I shouldn't say that because I really like the pickled fish. So what I did is I went out and got a couple of bags of shrimp for this recipe, and everything else pretty much parallels the same with the salt and the vinegar and the process. But you have to start out, so important, with raw shrimp. Now I purchased 2 bags of small shrimp. Now you can use medium or large, but I really like the small because it's kind of like bite size. And remember, it has to be raw shrimp because we're going to pickle it. You don't want to use cooked shrimp or it won't turn out right. So what we're going to do is I went to Walmart and got this handy dandy little jug, 1 gallon jug with a screw off lid for about $2.50. And I'm going to put in about half of these shrimp, well, maybe about a third of them. Then I'm going to dump some salt. Now the salt is 1 1/3 cups of salt, but I'm pushing closer to 1 1/2 cups because these 2 bags are quite a bit of shrimp. So you put a little salt in, a little bit of shrimp, a little bit of salt. Now what I did is I bought 2 bags of 12-ounce raw, make sure that it's raw, peeled and deveined, so you don't have that little digestive tract in there. Now you don't have to buy peeled shrimp. You can buy raw shrimp and peel them yourself, but it has to be raw because we're going to pickle it, and you can't pickle shrimp that's already cooked. It doesn't work like that. A little bit more salt. And this is so delicious. It's just like the pickled fish recipe, only it's done with shrimp. And then of course onions and spices and goodies coming up later on. But just to start with, we're almost done here. Just got a few more of these little critters hiding down in here. And see, this is a real consistent recipe too, because shrimp is shrimp. Now if you make pickled fish out of northern or tilapia or perch, each batch tastes a little different because the fish is different. But if you make it out of shrimp, shrimp is kind of shrimp. Alright, and there's the rest of our salt. Okay, we have our shrimp and our salt kind of layered, about a third of the shrimp, then a third of the salt, and back and forth until it's all in there. Again, 1 1/2 cups of salt, or 1 1/3 to 1 1/2. And you must use canning or pickling salt. And I'll tell you why, it doesn't have iodine in it. Now you can use regular Morton salt in the store that you buy as long as it has no iodine. So we've got that in there, and now it's time for the pickling ingredient here, pure white vinegar. And we're just going to pour this about 2 inches over the top of our shrimp. And salt. Put our cap on and kind of slush this around a little bit, get that salt happening. Now, just like the fish recipe, we're going to put this in the refrigerator and we're going to let it set for 5 days. Once a day, you're going to take it out of the refrigerator, give it a few sloshes, just to bring that salt up off the bottom and mix it back into the vinegar. Give it a few little sloshes, and you're set to go. 5 days from now, we're going to make the brine, and we're going to show you the rest of the recipe. Now here's the only bad part about taping this. I got to wait 5 days to show you the rest of it. So I'll see you in 5 days. Man, I can't hardly wait 5 days, but we got to do it. So remember, raw shrimp, not cooked, deveined and shelled, no tails on them, along with that salt that has no iodine, and we're ready to rock and roll in the fridge for 5 days. We'll see you back then. This is just a little bit of an update. I wanted to show you this because it's only been 2 days and it's already got these shrimp nice and pink. They almost look like shrimp cocktail. Look at this. Remember, it started out just nice and clear. We did start with raw shrimp. I know I've told you that 100 times, but from raw to nice and pink, they're very firm. They just feel like you're ready to dip in shrimp cocktail sauce. But we're going to put them back in the little tub here, and we are going to shake it up again for today. Slosh it back and forth. Get that salt mixed back in there. Again, this is just vinegar and salt. We'll show you the other goodies once we get done with this. But again, we shake it up once a day for 5 days. It's only been 2, but I wanted to show you how pink these shrimp are already after just 2 days. We'll see you in 3 more days. I just wanted to do a quick update there. Well, it's finally been 5 days. I took the shrimp. Remember, I put it in the salt and the vinegar. Every day we shook it around in the refrigerator. You had all the setup. Now we're going to tell you about the other goodies. Look how nice and pink and cold they are, because I took them out of the jug, put them in a strainer, rinsed them off really good. Then I put them in a bowl of ice water, filled it with water, threw some ice cubes in there for about an hour, and strained them off. And here they are. Now we're going to load this thing up. But first, let me tell you what's in here. Here's our onions, here's our shrimp, and in here is 5 cups of sugar and 5 cups of vinegar, about 2 or 3 tablespoons of pickling spice, and a little bit of your favorite wine. Just about maybe an 1/8 of a cup or so, just a shot in there. Bring it to a boil, and then bring it to a simmer for about 5 minutes so the salt or the sugar is really dissolved well. Then cool it clear down and put it back in the refrigerator and let it sit overnight. Again, 5 cups of sugar, 5 cups of vinegar, pickling spice, and wine. Now we're going to build this monstrosity. Let's get started. Now this is really my favorite part. We're going to start out with a little bit of onions on the bottom. And I use sweet onions, like sweet Vidalias or anything that says sweet onions in the grocery store. I don't use white onions or yellow onions because sweets turn out so nice. And some shrimp. We're just going to alternate this a little bit. I love these little center chunks. These are the best. You talk about great snacks for football season. Just any time of the year. And if you got people that don't like fish, this is a way to get them to try this pickled fish or shrimp and onions style recipe. This is just one of my favorite recipes of all time. I love the smell of this vinegar and sugar and pickling spice. It almost kind of smells like that spices that your wife puts on in the bathroom on the back shelf there that smell like it's got all kinds of nice goodies in there. I've got about 5 onions here, 1 small one and 4 big ones, and I think it's going to work out just about right. And we're going to pack this in pretty tight here. I hope this isn't taking up too much of your time because I really like to do this right. And I take the onion, I cut off each ends, and then I cut across and peel it and slice it so that the whole rings stay together like this. That's really my favorite. Again, these are my favorite. They come out of they come out of there first. 10-second rule. It wasn't on the counter more than 10 seconds, so it goes right into the pot. Like my Uncle Bob used to say, if it's got fins, feathers, or fur, it's in the pot. And this is the last of our shrimp. Looks like it's going to be just about right, because I like more onions than anything else. And look at this. You talk about timing. Perfect. Perfect. Now the last time I did the fish recipe, it got a little messy. Let's see if I can get this done. The reason I use 5 cups is because I like to have a little bit left over. And you can skim some of the pickling spice off the top if you don't like the little goodies in there so much. All right. So it looks like we're going to have to go in the kitchen and maybe make this a 6-cup batch, or even 7, but we're going to go with 6, and then we're going to fill it up, stick it back in there, and to make more brine is the easiest thing because it's even Steven. 1 cup of sugar to 1 cup of vinegar, a little bit of pickling spice, boil it, a little bit of wine, and put it in there. We're going to let this sit in the refrigerator for about 3 or 4 days, and you'll be able to start nibbling on these, and they are absolutely spectacular. And there you have it, one of my favorites. Pickled fish and onions, or pickled shrimp and onions. If somebody doesn't like fish, make them this recipe here. And it just gets better and better and better. After about a week, it's really delicious. And this will last, because the vinegar is in there as kind of a preservative. This will last for, I don't know, 2 or 3 months, believe it or not, in the refrigerator. But it never lasts that long, because you'll eat it halfway down, put it in a smaller container than a fruit jar, and pretty soon it's time to make another batch. This is Steve Hall in Nashville, Tennessee. I hope you enjoy our videos. The pickled fish video, by the way, is also another one that's on our channel here, Cooking with Shotgun Red. We hope you subscribe to our channel. There's the button right there. And if you have any questions, just leave a few comments, that kind of thing. But we're going to go in the kitchen right now and get a cooker. I'll just throw 2 more cups of vinegar, 2 more cups of sugar, and there's a little bit of spice left in the bottom here. That'll be good enough. And I'll top it off, and man, after about a day and a half, I start cheating and pick a few little onions out of there. But you're just going to love it. And I'll tell you something else. Miss Sheila loves to have soup, believe it or not, like chili or venison soup, and she takes some of the onions and sprinkles them on top. Pickled onions on top of soup. She just loves it. So I hope it works out for you, and we'll see you next time right here on Cooking with Shotgun Red. Thanks a lot. Hey everybody, thanks for watching Cooking with Shotgun Red. If you enjoy our recipes, become a subscriber to our cooking channel, and you'll be the first to know when a new recipe is posted. We'll see you next time, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button below.
This is Shotgun Red saying thanks a lot.